My name is Peter. I go by Darkarnium on Bugcrowd as well as on Twitter and that sort of thing. I've been bug hunting for about 2.5 years now, and I do it in my spare time. Full-time I work in a security operations team, so I work doing primarily systems administration work, and I've been doing that for around 10 or so years now. Although I only started looking at bug bounties in 2015 after I found Bugcrowd through their bug bounty list that was run, I'd previously had some interaction dealing with some network vendors through a responsible disclosure program that they ran. While I was working during my day job, I found a vulnerability in one of the products that they sold and found that I could easily report it to them, and they were really receptive in working with me to get that resolved and disclose it publicly. That was really what made me think, I wonder who else is working in this capacity, and made me find that it wasn't just something I could do in my spare time to try and learn more about how technology works, but also something I could get paid for to do without actually having to drop my day job. I primarily look at server-side vulnerabilities and embedded devices, so IoT devices. I enjoy the server side of things because there's a lot more that you can do with when you find a vulnerability. I also enjoy doing a lot of the embedded work because of the range of features, and also you normally get to touch something physical, so it's interacting with a device rather than over the internet. I'd really like to learn more reverse engineering and binary exploitation, as I've done a bit of it, but not anywhere near enough. I like the ability to spend some time, learn how an application works, and then consequently learn how you can break it or make it do something it's not originally intended to do. So digging into things you wouldn't normally get exposure to, learning about new technologies, new products that you don't normally get to see, and then being able to consequently find some vulnerabilities in them. There's a really great community around bug hunting, security research and otherwise, whether it be IRC, Slack, Twitter or otherwise. In that community there's some great developers, operations people, security engineers that you can really learn from and learn how to do new things. It also really helps to talk to people looking for bugs, and also on the other end of it, triaging bugs to learn what you can do better, learn the areas you don't know so well, and really try and improve your skill set. For me, the drive is learning more. It's encountering things you wouldn't normally encounter, the ability to learn more in areas that you don't necessarily come up against very often, but also flipping everything on its head and going, you have no ability to see how this application is working, you need to go and break it. So it really helps to hone troubleshooting skills and work out how to not just build but break things. And that's really my drive, is trying to learn more about how things work, how they function and how they're implemented. One of the things that bug hunting has allowed me to do is the ability to travel a bit more, see new countries, see new places, and as I do it on the side, it's a welcome addition to be able to save to go and see places that I wouldn't normally get to see. So bug hunting has really helped to enable me to experience the world more and learn new things and see new things, which the more relaxed you are, the better you are at finding bugs. As part of that, another thing bug bounties have enabled me to do is move and live long-term in a couple of countries that I wouldn't normally have had the ability to do. So I recently moved from Canada to the UK, and the money that I've made through bug hunting has really helped to make that a lot easier of a process. The reason I like working with Bugcrowd is I've worked with private bug bounties as well as via other bug bounty brokers and providers in the past, and there's always a situation where you'll find a bug, you'll report it, and you either won't get a response in some cases, or you'll get a response and it won't be what you expect. Some companies may push back and disagree with the priority of a bug or say that they're not able to reproduce it. The reason I like working with Bugcrowd is their ASCs will go through and validate the bug before it gets submitted to the company. They will also go into bat for you if they truly believe that the bug you've submitted hasn't necessarily been handled correctly. To people starting bug hunting or security research in general even, I would recommend be curious. If you see something that you don't expect, or you see something that doesn't look quite right, dig in deeper. Chances are bugs will fall out as soon as you start digging, And don't be disheartened. Sometimes it will take a few hours, a few days to find a good bug, but they'll come eventually. You just have to be persistent and really start to learn what you're sort of working on and learn more about the application you're working in. Don't be afraid to go outside of your way to come back to find a bug. If you see something you don't necessarily understand, a new technology you haven't encountered before, it's always worth going off and reading how that technology is supposed to work and reviewing code of reference implementations, and then using that information you can come back and really try and do some in-depth testing to see if you can break it.